Maybe if I come here, it'll be better. General health measure on the site, keep your masks, use the hydroalcoholic gel to wash your hands thoroughly, respect the physical distancing, and find all information on the solving spot where you will find the sanitary protocol and all other information if you need to have some. And if you feel ill or sick, please refer to us. We have Thierry Bezzaka, Mr. COVID-19 for the World Championship, and we'll be happy to help. Hello. Thank you. Yesterday's results. Please want to say a few words.
So welcome everyone. I hope that the evening last night was fine for you. Yes? Yeah? That's it? I will give your thanks to my dream team who prepared this for you. Thank you very much.
Merci Béatrice. So, yesterday's results for the club class got Uwe Valig. Where are you? Number 1. Bravo. Bravo. Stefan Langer, number 2. Bravo, Stefan. And Thomas Zukanek, number 3, Charlie Papa. Thank you guys, bravo. The overall results for the club class after 3 days. Thies in India Dipor is for the moment number 1. Uwe in Sierra November is number 2. And Rasmus in Lima Hotel is number 3. Bravo à tous. For the standard class, yesterday, a little comment from Thierry.
Someone of you requested a longest task, and we did that. And so, if you start at 5 o'clock, and when it's the filming ending at 7, it's a little bit tricky to do the task. So only one came back. Now, look.
Agnès Luca Urbani, Lima, Romeo. Yes, the game was cancelled for the standard class, but there is still a bottle of champagne for Luca. Bravo, Luca. And number 2 is Peter Banki. Hotel from November. And number 3 is Benjamin Leglet, Echo Tango.
The task was cancelled because less than 25% of the competitors did 120 kilometers to validate the task.
Are we done with the photos? Thank you very much. Bravo. We have a result for the standard class after 3 days of flight. Lima Alpha X-ray, Philippe is number 1. Jeremy Hill in 352 is number 2. And Jacques Zelen in 2 Sierra India number 3 is number 3. Bravo. Yesterday's result for the 15-meter class with 202 kilometers to do. Sébastien Camara, Romeo Papa, number 1. And Matthew Scudder, Delta 2, number 2. And number 3 is Scott Sierra, Dan Schmuck. Bravo, Dan. Excellent, bravo.
Sorry, just take a moment. Yesterday on landing, I had an undercarriage collapse, and I really thought I had an undercarriage collapse on landing yesterday, and I really thought this was the end of my contest. But it was only in the very fast help from Lucas Grabowski, Sebastian Kawa, and then 2 pilots from the British team, Tom and Jake, as well as their crews. Uge, Thierry, we worked with for the night, and it looks like I'll be able to fly today. So I think this is a really great example of the spirit that these kind of events bring. So thank you very much.
Thank you, guys. The overall result for the 15-meter class, we've got Sebastian Kawa, number 1, Romeo Papa. Lucas Grabowski, bravo, bravo, and Matthew Scudder is number 3 with Delta 2, bravo. So it's the 5th day of the competition today, with Thursday. Yesterday's feedback, remarks, please do not fill your glider at the water source, directly at the water source, and use your cans. The finish ring is at 700 above mean sea level. The IGC tracker worked fine now. We have some good identification on the trackers, so everybody can know who is number 24, for instance. If you have technical problems, you refer to Sebastian now. Sebastian, as Miguel has left us, you have to go back to work, and Sebastian will be your contact. And remember, the IGC tracker is mandatory. Thank you. Safety, Robin.
Wake up, Robin.
Robin was sleeping.
Almost. Good morning. Yeah. Today is going to be better, I hope, because we will have clouds and assigned area tasks, so it won't be as crowded as yesterday. But today we had quite some complaints of people flying dangerously, turning inside, and well, after what I told and explained yesterday, I hoped it would be better, but apparently it wasn't. So please, people, be careful. If you think somebody's flying dangerously, go to him and talk to him and ask what his thoughts were about what happened, because you know, the perception of flying close to each other is differently for everybody. But if you're feeling uncomfortable, talk to the guy. We are going to use proximity analyze tool. I don't know what his name is in Australia. Thompson or?
John Warren.
And he has a tool that finds. We put in all the RGC files, and it finds proximity of gliders of less than 15 meters, so that's really very close, that's less than a span. And that will come up, and then you can see which glider has a lot of encounters. Then we will see you to look at the flight, and if necessary, you get penalty points for that. Because if I talk to pilots or one of the safety pilots, it's unofficial, it's just, guys, be careful. If Thierry talks to a pilot about flying dangerous, he has to give 25 penalty points, because first offense is 25 points. But we won't hesitate to report dangerous flying to Thierry if we think so. It's everybody's concern. Fly safely. Have a nice day.
So, for today, the grading from 8:30 until 11:30. The grid time is 12 o'clock, and the expected first launch is at 12:30. At the back there. Oh, Thierry, this is your job.
Yes,
Thank you.
takeoff will be 3:5 today too. And is there no problem with the car park, so continue like that. The same towing pattern as yesterday, and there was no problem yesterday. We succeeded to take off all the gliders within 1 hour and 15 minutes, so it's not so bad. It was only 11 tow planes. Arrival at the mistake because the slide was not changed. I confirm the finish ring is from today at 700 meters. 700 meters. So less penalty points for the one going below that altitude. And always be caution in the ring. There's not a lot of landable field. For the arrival, like yesterday, no problem too. Was pattern for 3-5 grass and direct landing in 1-7 paved. Maybe more landing in 1-7 due to the finish ring at 700 now. But nothing to say about that. It was not perfect, but well, very good. Be caution with the runway lights. Not during landing, but when you taxi your glider to the grid, because there is now 2 or 3 lines which were broken yesterday and the day before. I confirm the landable zone east part of the concrete runway. It's very important for me. Yesterday I saw a car going to the grass runway without authorization. You need to have an authorization to go on the grass runway, because there can be landing glider on that grass runway with car in the middle of the runway. It's very dangerous. So next time it will be penalties for the crew and for the pilot. We did collecting the glider without authorization. Aude?
Good morning. So today we are in a quite different synoptic weather condition as the day before. You see on this satellite animation in the infrared channel, a channel that there are already high clouds passing by to the north in a now southwest flux in altitude, and we already have some thunderstorms development over the Pyrenees as warm and moist air is driven towards us. And indeed, we are just in front ahead of this low area over Ireland, and it drives moist and warm, unstable air into us, but on the surface, still not significant pressure gradients and no significant wind. If we look at the vertical profile forecast here at 1 p.m., so we see that it's moister with higher dew point temperatures and also higher surface temperatures. We will have 3 degrees more on the ground compared to yesterday. And you may have seen in the sky, there are already some altocumulus clouds, so indicating that it's getting more stable over us. But if we look later on, you see that, yeah, the low levels are quite unstable. With daytime heating, we can expect thermal stop reaching 16 to 1700 by the middle of the afternoon, and with cumulus clouds forming about maybe 2 to 3 p.m. here. And above, we have this dry and warmer layer that will prevent thunderstorms development locally. At 5 p.m. later on, you see that the boundary layer is slightly increasing, and we can expect maximum thermal stop up to 1800 late afternoon. But with a significant point, these mid and high level clouds coming by over the afternoon. If we look a little bit further north to Issoudun, at 3 p.m. local time, you see that the boundary layer is also very, is quite thick, with thermals reaching 16 to 1700 and cumulus clouds developing up to this inversion layer. Later on, still increasing clouds top altitude with locally 1800 meter above mean sea level cloud base, and less mid and high level clouds, less mid level clouds to the north. Sorry. Just looking a little wider, we are here. So that's the cloud cover forecast at 1 p.m. local. We have these cirrus clouds to the north, and also cirrus coming from the southwest, along with the increasing instability over the afternoon, and also later on some mid-level clouds according to the thunderstorms development over central mountains. And you see there are also some patchy red zones that correspond to the cumulus developments to the north and to the northeast, where you will go. Just looking at this animation of the maximum reflectivity that gives an idea of the showers areas. So you see that over the afternoon and until midnight, we will be away from any shower area that will be just to the south and to the east of us. And yeah, so the resulting convective conditions over the task area today. So at 1 p.m. local time, we have here, we can expect cloud-based, thermal tops up to 11 to 1200 meter above mean sea level, and then increasing over the afternoon with a very good area to the north, a better axis. And at the end of the afternoon, it's still good here, but there maybe with the mid and high level clouds coming from the southwest, it will contribute to placating convection, weakening convection. So the local forecast for today, so it's quite a good summary. We start with blue thermal between 12 local and 13 local time. And yeah, clouds appearing in the middle of the afternoon. And yeah, we can expect thermal stop up to 17 to 1800 in the second part of the afternoon. But with the high level cloud coming from the west at the end, thermals can weaken quite early in the evening, so maybe between 6 and 7 p.m. local time here. So that's a summary for today. So convection initiation quite early, according with greater surface temperatures. A very good weather window between 2 and 5 p.m. with cumulus cloud with cloud bases quite high and good thermals, especially to the north, and a collapse in between 6 and 7 p.m. locally, but it will remain quite good later on to the north. The wind is very weak and changing at the beginning, and then it will be from the west, blowing at 10 to 20 kilometers per hour at the surface, with some gusty components in the middle of the afternoon, and in the boundary layer, still west wind 20 to 30 kilometers per hour. So threats for today, on the task area, maybe cirrus in altocumulus clouds, and also locally overdevelopments, but no shower. Just to give you an overview of the main concerned areas with the thunderstorms activity tonight, so it's really to the southeast that thunderstorms will more likely develop, and here we are in an area with a very low probability of thunderstorms. So I think here no rain, no hail, no strong gust expected over the night and until tomorrow. Yeah, so that's an outlook for tomorrow. It's going to be a little bit better with a less thunderstorm risk over France and more homogeneous conditions. Oops, sorry. And that's the outlook for the next 4 days. That looks good until Sunday at least. Do you have any questions? If not, thank you for your attention and enjoy the day.
So the tasks for today, for everybody, is AAT. I don't describe the task because you have the sheet and it's too long to describe. For the standard class, it's AAT 3 hours. And for the other two classes, it's AAT of 2 hours, 30 minutes. Sorry. Yes, we did short tasks due maybe to the effect of thunderstorm in the late afternoon. We expect assez odd, maybe some thunderstorm. I hope so. No, so we did that before the med briefing. So that would be your tasks for today. Yes, information. There is aerobatics over at Argenton-sur-Creuse. One class go there, so be careful. There is aerobatics over at the airport and also 20 kilometers south of Argenton-sur-Creuse till the end of the week, or maybe next week. And there is a French national championship of aerobatics in Châteauroux. In the CTR, but above the CTR. They're climbing up to 1,500 meters, so take care if you fly overhead the Châteauroux CTR. So, you have the task, fly safely, and said Robin.
We've got a question here.
Hi Jerry, could you just clarify the status of R242, which is in the north of the club class, last 10? It's marked as a cross on the map, but it's a circle in our airspace file.
Which airspace? 2-4.
C'est le sud de la terre de Havre.
All the airspace you have on your task sheet are free to fly. Then some up to flight level 6-5, and if you have no airspace on your task sheet, they are free. You can fly there.
It shows on the task sheet that
What is shown on the task sheet is the airspace above flight level 6-5. So you cannot fly there. That airspace here, here, it's a high altitude airspace above flight level 6-5, so you cannot fly there. Below you can fly.
C'est là, je crois aussi. AR 242 là.
Air 242, it's munition waypoint area, and the altitude of that airspace is 300 meters above the ground. At the map is that point here.
So, can you just confirm that it is prohibited to go in below 300 meters?
It's a restricted area. You can fly above 300 meters in that area, but it's a very small area.
Yeah, we had to go around it yesterday.
Sorry?
We had to fly around it yesterday, so I just wanted to confirm.
There was no complaints, so you can fly. No problem. Above, of course.
We have another question.
Can you please show where is going to be aerobatics and our things? Because we're going to fly, we don't know, you told us the names, but we don't know where it is.
Argenton-sur-Creuse is here. There is 2 points. That one, the first one is Argenton Airport, and the other one is Argenton Railway Station. The aerobatics is on the airport and south of the airport, right? Something like here. Yes, Argenton is here. And 20 kilometers south of Argenton, there is also aerobatic access. And yes, aerobatic over at Châteauroux too. Châteauroux is here, the airport is there. So aerobatic in Châteauroux up to 1,500 meters. If no other question, the briefing is complete. Have a nice flight, everybody, and a safe flight.